And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Shadow Empire, in Fontus, some aliens, Mayhem. We're on round 317. We defeated the landing party, so that's where we got the 3,600 infantry kills. We have 11 decisions awaiting us. Discovered liquid armor, which is probably not something we're going to use. Is technically better armor than polymer at the cost of it being really heavy. Corp discovery. Take that discovery first. It's probably going to be something not super useful. Mines. Okay. That could be worse. That's just million older troops. That was a discovery, right? So that, yeah, discovered mines. So if we research that, that's probably worth... Or if we take the time to research that, that's probably worth doing. Good news. We do like democracy,
yes,
so...
sir.
You get punished for not being democratic. You're not going to succeed there. You're not going to send the troops in. We'll just take the rest.
Acknowledged. Confirming
Sir, yes, sir.
Affirmative. Roger that.
Sir, yes, sir.
Acknowledged. Confirming orders.
Copy that.
Okay. Construction-wise... Everything except for one of the solar fields proceeds at speed. Bureaucrat office is done. Okay, so in the capital, let's actually replace the bureaucratic office with improving social housing.
Yes, sir. Roger that, sir.
And then down here, everyone received their supplies, although they did not receive all their replacements. So there's still stuff to be delivered. But what's here is operational. Needs to say some very high level of danger due to the proximity of enemy troops. Let's run an air recon, and we'll do some limited attacking, trying to cause an encirclement here.
Birds are in the sky. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. Fire when ready. Yes, sir.
Well, they came off better on that artillery bombardment than we did. We lost 2 subunits, we demoralized 2, so the artillery bombardment was pretty ineffective. It is not a good sign for the upcoming attack.
engaging, sir.
Although apparently I'm wrong.
All clear, sir.
We took the hex. Okay, so we've got those guys pocketed. We'll attack them next turn. Anyway, bottleneck is still the rail line supplying the troops here at the front. Rail and truck infrastructure. High-speed rail will be done in 2. Improvement on that, which would help with throughput. We're about to have another metal mine run out. Yeah, let's start improving this mine as well.
Copy that.
Okay, danger fear's almost gone, so we're almost at the point where we can actually start taxing this place again.
Roger that.
Yeah, I'm thinking we're going to want to improve at least the... Well, probably, yeah, we'll probably want to improve the housing here at some point, just to be able to play around a little bit more with the slave trader. The extra housing, extra happiness here will be good for that. Let's do a Shadow Spy. Actually, I probably don't. Our Spy Master's good enough. I probably just don't need to do that. Probably just call for another rebellion and have it effective.
Yes, sir.
No, we only had successful because I didn't put the Spy on. Spy would have probably made the difference. Okay. Shadow Spy would have made the difference. Although, again, they're starting to run low on people in the capital, so the effectiveness is coming down because of that as well. 47.8. Yep, they're all the way down in 4th. Although they still got a lot of people. They're still the second highest in people. Everyone else has just got a bunch of territory. And I don't think we're quite good enough that I think we'd be happy with a naval landing. Especially because a lot of our ports are still real busy. Right, most of our infrastructure. Although a lot of it is probably unloading, not loading, right? So the home islands, I think, are got enough for loading. Nope, not enough there. So Amano Ruins could do with more loading. You've got enough for loading. Yeah, so a lot of our loading sites are full. Yeah, you're the one being penalized. So yeah, all the loading sites are basically full. So I don't want to do any more landings. At least not until we can need to ship less to this front so we can pull transit off of invading this location. Landing attempt that didn't work for the enemy. Quebec still obviously has rebels. Okay, round 318, we killed 360 infantry and 50 tanks in self-defense. At the port again, we have 3 decisions. Metal mining facility removed, which is why we started upgrading a different one. And are doing so much metal filtration.
Roger that.
Sir, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Roger that, sir.
Got some work on happiness at the capital, although work on happiness down is not a major issue, as long as it doesn't result in arrest, so. Okay, things are proceeding at speed, although, no, I could still probably be building more stuff at the capital if we were really desperate to go faster. But this is where we'll be happy. We did have a delay on the solar panel field being built. It should finish next turn.
Birds are in the sky. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. Birds are in the sky.
Okay, that's our reconnaissance. We are going to try to crush the pocket here. Attacking from 3 sides. There's a decent possibility this is not going to work. Actually, before we do that, we have artillery. We are getting supplies to the front quickly enough at this point. So we'll make use of artillery to shell the pocket first. Soften it up.
Fire when ready.
That's not working.
Yes, sir.
We lost 2 units to 1, although we did demoralize 4, so we'll see how the attack goes. Okay, attacking.
Engaging, sir.
Yep, pocket's gonna collapse.
Mission accomplished.
117 units are either destroyed or surrendered to 11 casualties on our side. So, successful battle. Back went red. It looks like we may have killed one of the enemy commanders. Because usually that's what happens when you lose a commander. Oh no, we lost a commander. We just had multiple commanders involved is what happened. So one of the 3 OHQ commanders died in combat there.
Open fire. Easy.
Okay, not the best of assaults. We lost 3 subunits to 2, but the mechanized troops were able to successfully attack a hex on their own. Preparing our replacements, including the RPG. Okay, so I think it's all our replacements. Just move down there. Actually, you're the 11th, or the 17th. Maybe it's not good to have red next to red, but it is what it is for the moment. I'm not going to change the colors up. Does look like, well, the enemy might rearrange, given what's gone on. But we've pushed units back, sort of densifying the enemy line. Although these are all troops or cars that have presumably just routed from a fight. Our reconnaissance report reports the enemy has not received any supplies. I wonder if that's true. Could be. Might have not maintained their maritime trade route. In which case, then everything's going to suddenly get very easy. Probably time that we up ours
Yes,
so we
sir.
don't lose them.
Yes, sir. 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 Roger that. Roger that. Yes, sir.
We upgraded what we can. Although probably that wasn't any of the ones at the front here because of bottlenecking. But we tried, and maybe succeeded in some places. We did get 45,000 more upgraded. $47.8, yeah. The needle's not moving very fast. Food is still not good. Although we're doing what we can. We're improving the hydroponics setup. What I could do, so we're back to contemplating port upgrade, right? It's not going to help with the food. With the transport, though. So, loading there, unloading there. Where's the penalty? Unloading? Loading and unloading. Okay. Merchant glass. So, yeah, I think unloading here is where we're going to want to prioritize. So. Port
that.
upgrade. Shove all the workers at the location to make sure there's enough people to work the
Copy
port.
that.
During the upgrade, that should always work out. And that'll help a little bit with the food, because then we're not feeding those people. They'll have to use their own money to feed themselves. Although they're being distributed as workers, so we're going to be paying them to feed themselves, which is good for us in that means our food's not going down, but bad for us in the fact that we're paying them food. We're paying them money, which isn't cheap either. Another attempt at naval landing. Which again, they're landing into a full brigade, so not likely to be successful on its own. Okay. Round 319. We killed the landing troops, which are 3,600. We have 8 decisions. One of which is this danger decision, this one as well, so 2 danger decisions out of the 8. Corp Tech. A little bit better than a Corp Discovery. Okay, so the corporation discovered the concept of mines, and then a little bit later coming along and like, you know, this is exactly how you do it, right? And just told us how to do it. So, our infantry now have mines.
Sir, yes, sir.
Our army now has mines.
Acknowledged. Confirming orders.
Yes, sir. Roger that, sir.
That's not going to succeed, so
Copy
just give in
that.
to the demands.
Yes, sir.
Acknowledged. Confirming orders.
New commander for the 12th. This guy will
Yes.
be a commander. Solar panel done, ammo depot done, airbase done, metal mine done. Metal mine we're going to want to continue if we can. Yeah.
Copy that. Copy that.
Ammo depot we can probably get away with delaying a couple turns. Actually, no, that's the last level in the ammo depot. So that's 6. Airbase is done. We do want to continue upgrading that airbase. I think we need airbase 4 for our super heavies. With 5+ just being all the more air points for bigger planes.
Affirmative.
Or for more planes. Not necessarily bigger planes. Sorry there. Sneezed. I decided I probably didn't want to hear that, so I muted the mic. Solar panel field there. Probably do want to continue expanding that solar panel field if it can. It can only go up to 4, but we'll go to 4. If we need more power than that, we'll probably want to do thermalization for power. Which actually wouldn't be a bad idea, because again, we have water, so it's just going in the dumpster if we don't use it. IDP rail is expected to complete. No, before we send in this attack, let's, recon the target first.
Birds are in the sky. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. Birds are in the sky. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. Birds are in the sky.
Okay, so armored vehicles are going to come and join this attack. Probably both of the red brigades. And that leaves us with about 30 stack points. We'll bring in 3 artillery units.
Advancing.
Okay, not all going our way, but we are definitely winning the fight.
Negative to breach.
Ooh. Winning, yes. Took the hex, no. And even then, they had less troops. We lost. They lost 12 to our 20. The attack does stall out. Bottlenecked. We're still bottlenecked by the rail connection. That will be improved. Well, or by the road connection. Either way you want to think about it. Rail should improve next turn and should actually really start applying the turn after next. As we jump from the base of 20,000 maglev to 34,000 maglev. Not all of that obviously gets down to that front, but what does will be better. Yeah, still 47.8.
Roger that. Roger that.
Yeah, apparently we're going to have to build more hydroponics. Although we're not necessarily super worried about converting food in power, or water and power into food wouldn't be too bad. So I just need to build more up. And then combat losses. Again, we're not really concerned about this. The fact that we're taking these combat losses. And it is slowly pushing better troops to the front.
Yes, sir.
So everything that isn't upgraded is in a position where it's out of supply as far as upgrading is concerned. So most of the stuff that's back here is probably upgraded. It's just the stuff right up at the front. Which again, if we fix that rail line, should be doing better in a couple turns. So we'll see. Oh, I just realized something that's not helping the supply situation. The new zone probably is trying to ship water. I need to turn the water off. Another failable landing. Tank attack as well. Also failed. Round 320, we killed all the naval landing forces. We have 7 decisions. The new machine guns are complete.
Roger.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Next one will be the upgrade to the bazooka. Buildable Panzer 5. Heavy RPG is the biggest the RPG gets. But we can now go develop the
Order
rest.
received.
Winter worker strike.
Understood.
Given the demands.
Yes,
Given
sir.
the demands. The slave trader in a new location. Nulator. This is a trader that came from the wastelands. Where is Nulator? That place. Okay, well. Is it at least... The city is reasonably happy at the
Standing
moment.
by.
So, that's it for now. Let's get some people there.
Order acknowledged.
From Love and Happiness, we got 2,000 people. It's money.
Roger that. Yes, sir.
Okay, supply situation at the front seems reasonable.
Standing by.
Zone inventory, don't send. Block sending order, please.
Acknowledged. Confirming orders.
Because, yeah, it was charging up the line with about 4.4 thousand water. Yeah. Good thing that won't be a thing anymore. Okay. Construction-wise, we're still... The port is done. The high-speed rail is done. Both of those I want to see the effect before we commit to doing again. Solar field is going at speed. Everything else went at speed, so that's good to see. So no new construction for the turn. Now we decide how we are attacking.
Birds are in the sky. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. Birds are in the sky. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot.
Okay, ground attack did actually damage the recon. Recon's gonna try to go for a
Birds are
second
in the
recon.
sky.
Got the second one off. Yeah, of course, that means we need to queue up a replacement to be delivered. Technically, they're tactical bombers. those guys. Medium turbojet gives this 10-meter long, 5-kiloton Thopter. No, it'd be 50 kiloton. Thopter. Might be screaming about metric tons. Being an American? Metric is a thing I do for science. It's not a thing I do usually in very large numbers. If you're doing science and you're in the tons, something weird's happened usually. Okay.
Advancing.
Advancing a hex. This is not going to be the most inspired of attacks. We're basically just attacking for one hex here, so yeah, not very inspired. We'll bring the tanks in. Oh, I can get one of the units from in here to join in. One of the ready units to join in. That will give us actually some more frontage. Oh no, it won't give us more frontage because that's two sides. You get the first extra 50 and the third flank. So yeah, we'll just run the infantry and the tanks. Run those all here. The tanks aren't going to be in the fight for very long.
All clear, sir.
Yeah, so starting to suspect. No, our reconnaissance is reporting they're getting supplies. I was about to be worried that when we saw that they didn't get any supplies, they returned and they were actually not getting any supplies. Would have been convenient, but a little disappointing. Oh, I should probably have someone garrison the location. We'll pull militia one up for the moment. Although the militia one can't actually get there. Okay. Yeah, this is mostly going to be an infantry artillery attack.
Going in. Mission accomplished.
37 units destroyed. Because they didn't have any space for the units to retreat into, even though they're not encircled. Ouch. We lost 4. So yeah, they've hit max stack size here, so they actually had no retreat path. Yeah, so we keep attacking like that, and they will begin to soften up. No other reason than casualties adding up. Going with the fact that we are improving in quality. They're still on heavy combat armor. We're in battle dress territory at this point, so not just battle dress, heavy battle dress. So they're hitting us with like pool noodles, and okay, we aren't hitting them any harder than they're hitting us. Just our guys refuse to die. Theirs don't quite have that luxury most of the time. Working towards robotic soldiers. Mass food pools should hopefully help with getting more food. Yeah, nothing else we want to queue up. Some of the things when they finish, like the factory, we'll just queue up the next level right away, but that's next turn. Victory-wise, we're at 48 at the beginning of this turn. We probably go up a little bit over the end turn, although maybe not very much. Naval landing. Now the question is, did it succeed, or did it fail? I didn't catch the glimpse of it saying defenders held. Defenders did stand firm. Okay. And naval landings are brutal if you don't succeed on them. Either succeed or fail. And it's total on the failure. So that's an entire unit destroyed for the enemy. Yeah, another 3,600 units destroyed, subunits destroyed. Or 3,600 infantry, so it's 36 subunits destroyed. Round 321, we have 4 decisions.
Yes, sir.
Order received. Sir, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, construction-wise, hydroponic done, metal mine done. I don't think that city can do higher than 3. I think it's only level 3 city. Hydroponics can be improved. That is the capital, so we will begin or continue the improvement.
Yes, sir. Roger that, sir.
You're going. That's good. You're going. That's good. You're going. That's good. Although those 2 got delayed, but we can work with that. Yeah, I think on you, we want you to continue or start improving your government a little bit. Yeah, social housing. Build up the social housing. And now that we're not shipping water, we're still bottlenecked because we just shoot that many bullets. Now that we're not shipping water, we can definitely handle shooting a lot of bullets. We got 80% of the bullets delivered, even though we were shooting at all.
Birds are in the sky. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot.
Okay. Odds aren't looking super great here.
Going
We're
in.
still going to do it. Oh, lost for the commanders in the opening phase. That's never a good sign.
Requesting backup.
18 sub-units destroyed to 14, so yeah, it wasn't a good exchange. The KIA early on was not a good sign. Okay, that's all the attacking we're going to do because the attack went so poorly. And the other attacks we would have done would have been sort of a follow-up trying to roll up the line, and that succeeded.
Roger that. Roger that. Roger that. Roger that. Roger that.
Standing by. Order acknowledged. Order acknowledged.
Okay. That's all we're going to do for this turn. Those two things done, so we queued up one of them as a replacement. Inserted on the social housing. Yeah, I think we just cycle the turn. We're definitely going to fail the demand. The demand to go take Iceron in 4 turns. We're not getting that far in 4 turns unless there's a complete collapse of the enemy resistance. We've actually backslid. We went from 48 to 47.9. Although that's probably due to other people's population recovering, because we didn't, as far as I'm aware, we didn't lose anything. Yeah, as far as I'm aware, we haven't lost anything, territory-wise. At some point I should deal with the squid here, I suppose. We're not really using the 23rd here, so let's pull the 23rd out of line. If the squid stays on shore, we will have the 23rd attack them. Give them a bloody nose and probably drive them back into the sea and have them pop up somewhere else to be annoying. But yeah, I think we dropped just a 0.1 because of the population growth of the opposition. Okay, should be around us shortly. Round 322, we got... Still doing casualties from them trying to land us. We have 13 decisions. Abduction, so three danger events. Alliance we're probably going to turn down.
Copy that.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Wilco.
Bribe our workers to keep
Copy
working
that.
like normal.
Sir, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Roger that.
I'm on it.
We're proposing an alliance. I think we just say no. Yeah, I think we say no.
Yes, sir.
Find the beers. We will try to find the
Affirmative.
beers. Didn't work. Lost 20% happiness with the workers. Is what it is. We did grab a couple military guys to replace the one we lost.
Order received.
Back up to 48. Demoralization facility completed in that location. We probably do want to continue expanding it.
I'm on it.
Everything else is proceeding at speed. Things would have completed had they not been delayed at this point, for a couple things, right? So the solar panel field, had it not been delayed earlier, would be done. In Adam's range. All of those are not done because of delays. But we can work with that. Oh, actually, let's check up on squids. Yeah, the squids took the right choice, which was the enemy army is about to arrive with a large retaliation force. What do you do? The answer is, don't be there when they get there. So we don't know where they are. They're presumably out in the ocean somewhere. Okay, we did get our recon assets replaced, so we'll do a quick recon buzz at the front line.
Birds are in the sky. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. Birds are in the sky. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. Birds are in the sky. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot.
And then we get attacking. This one's definitely predicted to be better than it was last time, although not much better, I think. And we were decently close last time, to be fair, so...
Going in.
Yeah, enemy side's collapsing.
Target destroyed.
This one's a little bit less likely to be super successful, because we're doing a narrow front attack. And it's going to be an overstacked narrow front attack as well, so... Doesn't mean it's not going to work. Just means it's much less likely to work.
Move out. Mission accomplished.
Lost 9 subunits, they lost 34. So it did work. Okay, you can bring a red one in to get it white in the front a bit. Then those ones in. That gets us the frontage. We'll bring the anti-tank guns in as well. 4.2 to 1, so the odds here are really great. The odds appear to be accurate.
Easy.
37 subunits destroyed. Cost of 3. So we'll see if they can plug the hole in their line, or if they just leave it floating. They've probably got troops there to probably plug the hole. I'd be surprised if they weren't able to plug that hole. And yeah, don't think we've got effective mechanized attack here. Still running too many of the old APCs. And arguably at this point, the APCs are reaching the point where the first-gen ones, they have less armor than the other side's infantry, and they have like half the armor of the current gen of infantry. So they're a little under-armored for what they're currently deployed against. Yeah, basically making their unit a glorified recon asset. Because APCs do have improved recon. I think it's like 4 or 5 per. And they're lower HP density, so or not HP, soldier density, recruit density. I think there's 3 guys per 10. Or actually, 3 guys per vehicle is 30. So if you recruit 3 of them at a time, you get it only costs you 100 soldiers. So the lowest efficacy shipping line is axial, which we're working on. Next is Renault, delivery at Renault, which is both loading and unloading. Okay, so let's try to improve the loading side.
Sir, yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir.
Oh, Jarbridge's oil could be deposit can be expanded. So let's call, or no, it's called Strat. Strat Cod Peripheral Mine. Get the expansion going. Oh, and the actual mine, you know the mine we've been upgrading. Yeah, it's currently empty. Should do peripheral mine over there as well.
Standing by. Order acknowledged. Order acknowledged.
Okay. I think from there is where we go ahead and cycle the turn. 48 victory points before we cycle this turn. Anyway, we're making progress. We're not going to get there before the demand, but I think we are still moving that direction. The enemy's ability to resist us is weakening. Oh. Before we cycle the turn, let's see... Mass upgrade, SHQ, rifle 6 to 7.
Yes, sir.
All the rifle 6s are now rifle 7s, I think. Infantry. Yep. All rifle 6s are rifle 7s. Next thing to do is do the same on the whirlwinds. If we've got enough.
Yes, sir.
I think that may have also gone through successfully. Yep. So you're now obsolete. So everyone is now the new improved Whirlwind 5s. Nice. That may help on the upcoming turns. Okay, we're gonna put the turn cycle in there on that note. If you're watching on YouTube, there will be another part up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. We're going to take a short break so I can get up, stretch the legs, sip some tea. And then we'll be back to record one more approximately hour-long part. Our grinding offensive continues to grind forward. And to be fair, it does look like the enemy is beginning to run a bit threadbare on actual units to resist us. The sub-units are starting to become a bit small in these large units that block our way. We are handling the ability to manage our replacements better than they are. Which maybe isn't super surprising. Yeah, so they plugged the hole, so there's someone in the X that otherwise do not have defenders. Although the reconnaissance is implying that their frontline units are not the most strong. Suggesting they've got lots of tags that are very depleted. Lots of units with few subunits in them. Few exhausted subunits. We'll be back next time on round 323. We'll have 7 decisions then. So if you're watching on YouTube, that will be tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, that'll be after a short break. So until then, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part. And bye for now.